Hey guys, Dean here. In today's video, we're going to be going through the top 10 cryptocurrency coins that you should be investing in for the upcoming bull run. So when everyone flocks to buying crypto again and they're out to get some new coins, which coins should you be purchasing and holding on for dear life? Now, I'm not a financial advisor. These tips are just based on my personal views on each coin, the technology that back them, and some of the data which we've seen over the past few months. Now, this video is not really going to be the same as a lot of other crypto coin videos. It's not going to be a breakdown into the data and statistics and staring at boring graphs for the whole video. I'm just going to be explaining which 10 coins that I think are good picks, and also why I think they're good based on the technology that back them and some of the historical data behind these coins and the applications which they're used for. So let's get into the list and let's check out the top 10 crypto coin picks to invest in. So the 10th pick is 0xBTC. So why do I think that this particular coin is a good one to invest in? So basically this is an ERC20 token which is operating on the Ethereum network, and miners can actually generate 0xBTC coins through mining. So this is actually a mineable coin which is housed on the ETH network and ecosystem. So the project has the goal of basically being the main crypto token and store of value upon Ethereum's main platform. So they kind of want to be the best coin which is operating on the Ethereum backend. So this coin basically uses a proof of work model, and it has a trustless implementation into it. And the way that they personally view this is it's a trustless zero human authority based ledger that it operates on. So this means that there's no human controlling how the coin works or how the value is derived or changed over time. It's basically based on the community and the concept of the token. This is basically the idea of the Ethereum community's faithful implementation of what Bitcoin should be or could be, but in a trustless form via an Ethereum based smart contract operating on Ethereum's particular network. This is completely decentralized and it's a contract compatible future proof network which is designed as neutral money, which is mathematically driven by the energy by the broad community. So this is one of those coins where when people think about what they deem Bitcoin to be or what it should have been or could be, it's that kind of thing implemented on the Ethereum network. Coins like this with a really strong community and really strong goals in mind make it a pretty good project to actually get behind. So the number 9 pick which I'm going to go through is Icon. So this is the ICX coin, which is a South Korean based coin or South Korean based blockchain, and basically it serves as a blockchain connection hub. Now they have the aim to create a completely decentralized system which keeps authenticated personal information across a level of devices. Basically this whole blockchain facilitates a connection between various other blockchain software programs through the Icon network, so it lets them all interact with each other and connect and communicate. Basically they have a decentralized exchange which maintains currency reserves for blockchains which are connected to it. This basically allows users to exchange real-time value across the Icon network. Now Icon has the future vision basically to connect the world and create one large, which they want to be the largest decentralized network, which is supposedly going to bridge the different blockchains to communicate with each other via smart contracts. They basically have the end goal for financial, security, insurance, healthcare, educational, and commerce sectors to basically all coexist and transact on this one main operating network. Now this is a very hopeful idea and a really large scoped idea. I'm not sure if it will be possible, but projects with this huge vast scope and drive behind them makes it a really interesting watch to actually keep an eye on. Number 8 is the Rose coin, basically the Oasis network. So this is another so-called Ethereum killer, which is a popular term which people use when they're looking for new coins and blockchain developments. And basically this is similar to Ethereum, but it's with built-in privacy and scalability. So we're seeing kind of some aspects of coins like Monero in here, but with some pretty good scalability to it. This is a proof of stake model, which this whole coin and system uses, and it's a privacy preserving open finance platform. It has highly scalable features of its network, which is capable of hosting smart contracts on it and hosting and creating scalable dApps that can help enhance and advance DeFi technology. So this is a pretty awesome project to look into, and it's very similar to a few others we're going to focus on this list, but I really like the developments which are going on with this particular project. Number 7, which we're going to take a look at, is Harmony. So this is an open, fast blockchain, and it interacts with Ethereum and Binance, as well as I think 3 different other chains, to offer and allow cross-chain asset transfers via a secure bridge. So it basically bridges different networks and blockchains together to let them interact with each other. Now the mainnet runs Ethereum apps. It has a 2-second transaction finality, and it has 1,000 times lower fees than you'll see on the Ethereum network, which is a pretty crazy thing if you hear about that. Now this can basically connect any network which has a proof of work model to it to any network with a proof of stake model, and it allows them to interact with each other and operate alongside each other. This is an extremely gas efficient network, and it has lower fees than Ethereum, for an example. And the good thing is you can still use your wallets like MetaMask, but you'll also see yourself actually having to pay much lower fees when actually doing so. So this is another cool project to actually keep your eye on. Number 6 we're going to look at is Tezos. So this can be used to deploy custom smart contracts and design decentralized applications. So if you're wondering what we're talking about when I mentioned the term dApps, that is basically the short term for decentralized applications. This uses a proof of stake model too, and it has formal verification for developers to verify their code on. So this network has a lot of cool features. Stakeholders basically can vote for changes on the actual protocol itself, so that makes it extremely powerful. Holders can basically stake their tokens to receive more as a reward for creating and verifying blocks through the baking process in the Tezos project. This technology basically allows for governance that's completely decentralized, which is actually completely based on the stakeholders' choices. So this is a very community driven project, which if you actually are a stakeholder in it, you actually have a pretty good level of power or a good level of say in it. Number 5 is going to be VeChain. So VeChain is basically a blockchain application program which is driven to connect enterprise grade applications and enhance supply chain management and business processes. So basically this network has 2 different coins. So we have the main one which we're focused on right here, which is VeChain token, which is used to transfer value across the network itself. And then we also have the second one, or second coin here, which is the VeChain Thor Energy, which is basically just used as the gas to power the smart contract transactions. Basically VeChain as a project as a whole, it aims to build a trust-free distributed ecosystem platform for businesses for transparent information flow, collaboration, and high-speed value transfers. So there's a lot of different uses in this particular project. Now it's useful for tracking mainly the movement of goods across a supply chain and inventory, and it has its embodiment in real-world tech, cryptocurrency, and its platform as a whole. Basically, this is just a project with some really interesting technology to learn and read about, and basically when I'm looking at coins to invest in or looking at projects which are interesting, which I may monitor the growth in the future, it's mainly projects which actually have a real-world application or a purpose to what their vision actually is. So number 4 on this list is Quant. Okay, so this is a token which is built on the Ethereum network, just like a few of these picks which I mentioned, and it's used to power the Quant network chain of software which connects private networks to public blockchains. MDApps are made on the Quant network, which are decentralized applications which allow for operation on multiple blockchains completely simultaneously. So this is another one of those projects which is aiming to bridge different blockchains together for different applications and purposes, which is super cool. Even though I've mentioned a few of them which has very similar visions and purposes, this kind of general technology is actually super exciting, and it causes many people to actually be bullish on these projects because they're kind of opening the door for development in the space in general. So number 3 on the list, which we're going to mention for coins and general projects to keep an eye on, is Link, aka Chainlink. So basically Chainlink has an excellent community for a start, and it bridges the gap mostly between the mainstream and the crypto community in space through the use of DeFi technology. So basically it is a decentralized Oracle network which is built upon Ethereum. This is used to transfer tamper-proof data from off-chain sources in real-world applications to smart contracts on-chain using what's called oracles on the network to verify data. Basically basically this coin has a genuine use and strong tech behind it for some long-term application. Chainlink can also be held on certain platforms and websites to actually gain interest on this coin, so I think the coin as a general thing is actually pretty powerful, but the technology behind the project specifically is what's going to give it some long-term success and lifetime to it. So number 2 we're reaching now on the list, and that's XMR. So if you know XMR is basically the short coin code for the Monero project. Now I've been pretty bullish on XMR in the past, and I've been given advice to invest in it. Currently all of my investments in crypto go into Ethereum, but I have held some XMR until recently, and I think it's actually a really good project which I believe in, and I think it's one of those projects where it's always going to come back and see consistent growth over time, because there's not really a project with the same purpose which is as good as this. So I feel like it always has its application and it will also recover from dips. XMR is basically the most secure and popular privacy coin. It will always have a place in my personal opinion due to people wanting privacy online in their transactions and transaction data. People, for one reason or another, might hide assets, and also an unfortunate but very small percentage due to the amount of people who are actually in crypto now. Some people do actually utilize these kind of things for crime, so because it's entirely private and mostly untraceable, it's going to always have its place on places like the deep web, for an example. Monero is also another one of these projects where it's what people thought Bitcoin would be, so it's kind of like the honest representation of what Bitcoin should be, a completely decentralized and privacy driven platform basically. So it's what some people refer to as the true Bitcoin architecture. Now XMR has a really strong community. Depending on what city you're in, you'll see loads of stickers for it sometimes in subways or in the underground. For an example, in Zagreb, Croatia, I remember seeing a Monero sticker on some lamppost. It has a really strong community on websites like Reddit too and online, and many people just generally embraced it and adopted it. It's also pretty strong in terms of its low power consumption, especially because it actually utilizes CPU mining rather than GPU mining, so it kind of eliminates that whole crazy amount of power which is consumed when mining cryptocurrency coins. And also the whole mining aspect of it isn't really being phased out like it is with Ethereum, so there's still some profit to be made, although it's going to be a lot lower than profits made from mining Ethereum or other coins. And number 1 on the list, the final coin and project to mention, is Ethereum itself. The reason why I placed Ethereum in number 1 is because so many of the coins and projects I've featured actually rely on the Ethereum network, or they're based on Ethereum's backend. So that's the reason why I decided to put Ethereum in number 1, and also because this is a personal list and I'm invested in Ethereum itself. The reason why I featured Ethereum is because it always seems to recover, and it's seen extremely large annual or biannual returns after the market seems to recover and during a bull run. So since 2017 to its value in 2021, it's seen some pretty crazy growth between those years. So it's a really good project which has high promise, extremely high promise actually, due to the boom of the NFT space and the NFT architecture behind it, as well as the smart contract technology which is actually fueling the system right now. This future-proofs Ethereum in my opinion, because the NFT space is still ever growing and there's a ton of hype still behind it. Another reason why it's super useful and why I think it's going to have a long-lasting lifetime is because so many altcoins are actually built upon the Ethereum ecosystem too, so it means Ethereum is probably going to be here for a long time. Not only this, but it's basically a top 2 coin, second to Bitcoin. Although a lot of different coins have kind of slowly fallen off or seen some backsteps in the recent years, like Litecoin, Ethereum is still generally thought of as the top 2 coin, and it's also one of the so-called safer coins. And that's my 10 picks for the cryptocurrency coins you should be taking a look at, keeping an eye on, or just generally investing for the upcoming bull run to see some nice potential profits and returns. Like I said before, I don't have any kind of degree in personal finance, so I can't be any kind of financial advisor for you. These are just all based on personal opinion and experience. Always consult a real financial advisor if you're making any kind of investments, because you can lose money in literally any area of life. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe for more personal finance based videos and cryptocurrency videos, and I'll see you next time.